I should have taken it off the fire a bit sooner.
I'll be keeping my eye on you. Save your whistling for the cows, you lout.
My, what a beautiful horse.
I should get going. What the? Thief! Help me!
That nobleman came back. He said he's not going to let it drop. Verdammt hochmäßig. Hochmäßig? Meaning his nose stuff. I like that. We could... What did he say? Or did he just complain? He mostly just... He said he'd go and see the bailiff and something about natural... If I may be so bold...
Come closer, don't... The Lord save you! Sheet metal, chains here, iron and steel! Wonderful day!
What do you want, lad?
Would you repair a few things for me?
Excellent. It was a pleasure.
Show me your wares. I'd like to discuss the price.
Well... Aye. I was glad to be of help to you, good sir.
I'll be keeping my eye on you.
Kommt, Leute! Kommt!
I'll have a look at the... I'd like to just...
Iron and steel. Final. Glad you found what you were looking for, sir. What the hell? Go back to where you came from, you nobody!
What do you need, stranger?
Would you repair...
Great! Happy to...
Show me your way. Word about...
Huh.
What would you...
We're nearly... Fine. Thank you, sir. And come again.
Hot lids, the finest
Come and shop here!
That's nice.
Brought you that mandrake decoction of yours? What'd you say?
Looks like yours clouded up. Same as mine always does. Oh, and I can smell that cursed stench even through the cork. What that herbalist made back then was more bearable. But not to look a gift horse.
How exactly does that voice of yours sound? What does it actually say?
It mostly wants me to paint. As much as possible. Sometimes it even gives me tips. But other times... Sometimes it blames me for what happened to Voita. What I did. What I didn't do. Everything that's gone wrong from that moment until now. And actually... I feel it sounds like Voita. As if the devil stole his voice just to torment me. But let's not speak of it anymore, please. I'd like to drink that decoction of yours and get back to work.
Have you ever tried dealing with that voice in some other way?
Of course I have. I went to a priest, a sorcerer, a soothsayer, and a beggar who fancied himself as some sort of wizard. But I never dared tell any of them as much as I've told you. I also ate every herb I could find, drank every concoction, inhaled powders, and had leeches applied to my legs. The last thing left on my list is to have a hole drilled in my head. Maybe then that voice would fly out.
I'm still surprised you told me so openly.
As I said, I trust you more than most. We've seen plenty of strange things together, and you never ran off or went to fetch the Inquisitor.
Well, come to think of it, there might be a decent reward in that.
But you wouldn't enjoy it for long, believe me. I'd cast some spell on you.
Well, hopefully it'll cure you.
It won't happen, I'm afraid. This brew is like the liquor you'd share with a friend you've fallen out with. It smooths things over for a while, then the hangover comes. Unfortunately, I have nothing better.
Right. As they say, bottoms up.
I hope I don't grow a third leg from this. Cheers.
So, did that decoction work for you?
We'll have to wait and see. It takes time to take effect. In the meantime, I suppose I ought to get back to work, right? I really don't feel like it. But I've only got St. Vitus's face left, plus a few little details. And someone needs to put it all together. My paintings are only one part of it.
And what other parts, besides your painting, does this altar have?
Aside from the shrine itself, mostly wooden figurines. Which reminds me, Plunk the carpenter, who's making all of those, should have finished long ago. I'll have to check in on it a bit better.
Where are these carpenters you're working with from?
They've got a workshop right here in town. I hoped that would speed things up, but I might have been wrong. They're always behind schedule.
If you're still not feeling well, I can go and see those carpenters for you.
Oh, I'd be really grateful. Tell Master Plonk I sent you personally. He'll listen to that.
Plank the carpenter, eh? And where can I find him?
His workshop's just a short way from here. Go to the fountain, then head for the city gate. You'll see it on your left.
Look out! The Lord sees you.
Sacre! What do you...
Painter Voiter said he had you make figurines for the Sedlet's altar. How's that going?
You best ask Plank about that. I don't want any more trouble.
More trouble?
Just forget it.
What if I gave you a few groschen? You still wouldn't tell me anything?
Well, all right then.
So? What happened?
We got all the figurines done, except for the Virgin Mary. Krudash was making her. And he...
Who's Krudos? Another apprentice?
Aye, but he's not cut out for the trade. Plank's always losing his temper with him, but it doesn't do any good.
Why would he even take that figurine?
After he showed it to Master, he got smacked. Because it was shoddy work and it took him forever. So maybe he wanted revenge. I'm not sure.
That doesn't sound like a very clever revenge.
Well, Krudash ain't the sharpest anyway.
Where would he take that figurine?
Sometimes he and Plank took goods to... well, fences. Maybe that fool went to them too.
And where did they meet up?
No idea. Plank never took me along. He only ever went with Krudash because he reckons he looks harmless.
Harmless?
Aye. Plank couldn't lug all the goods by himself, but he didn't want to provoke them thugs by turning up in a big group. He was quite afraid of that gang. Their leader's called Reaper.
Aha. So they're more bandits than merchants. And you truly don't know where I could find them?
I swear by all the saints. Only Plank knows that.
Steelow told me your other apprentice stole the figurine of the Virgin Mary.
I'll break that scoundrel in half.
So it's true? That he took it and went off to sell it to some fences?
It's quite possible.
He just walked off with it. Why would he do that?
The bungler used up half a forest carving it and fiddled around with it for almost a week. So once he'd finished, he got a bit of a slap. Discipline must be kept. And instead of showing respect, he nicks the finished piece and runs off. If I get my hands on him.
How do you even know about that gang? You're not about to tell me you share a pew with them in church, are you?
Well, they want figurines and various other stuff, so I sell to them, you know. But they usually have pretty odd requests. They give me sketches, and then I'm meant to make things that look as close as possible, but from soft wood. Just cheap knockoffs.
Are these fences dangerous?
They carry steel, little surprise. But they never done nothing to me. Not that they'd have any reason.
So, these fellas buy cheap knockoffs and lug loads of weapons around? You're doing business with some thieving gang, eh? They spot something valuable, pinch it, and replace it with some rubbish from you.
That's what you say, not me. And between us, that master of yours, Voiter, is one hell of a strange bloke too. It's the pot calling the kettle black.
Where will I find those blokes? Are they local?
I don't know where they bed down, but we've got to... You know Zimberg, that ruin? It's south of there. Best not go right up to it. Skirt around along the road to Malashov via the ford to the west. After a while the road forks, so go left. Then once it merges again, go left again into the wood. If you're lucky, you'll find Hrudosh there with them. If not, they might...
Fine. I'll check out that broken down shack. If I find Hrudosh, I'll send...
No chance. If he wanted to run off into the wide world, let him. I've already got another apprentice in mind, and God willing, he won't be half as dim. Mind where you're going.